Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. In the last episode we did some new big roads through here that's going to provide us with some decent arterial connections into this area. And even possible that's probably going to be the end of this line. So this is not going to be a because it doesn't really connect to things. So I think that's probably then appropriate. This one, on the other hand, we would need to extend, maybe run it out all the way over here, so it actually starts. It's a very good through connection through the city. In the opposite direction, this one, almost a loop road, to be honest, looping through there. But that I think that works. So, and it picks up some of the big traffic from this side. And I'm almost tempted to tweak this thing to come in this way, but we won't do that just yet. What I want to do instead is fill in this area. Maybe get rid of these little walkways, because I think we have now provided a sufficient area for that intersection. However, we will leave some space open around it, just to make sure that that if we want to change it later into some kind of almost an interchange, that we have a bit of room to do so. Okay, so we'll leave it be a little bit like that. But what I want to do here is see about what kind of layout I can do, and potentially we can most definitely do a bit of a road straight out from there. So what kinds of roads do we have? I'm kind of thinking this might be a nice one. So let's run that in a little bit. We have this setup right there, so we can actually run that through there. I don't think we need to tie back into this road. I don't think we need to tie back into that road. So if I trim that back a little bit, now let's see if we make use of that as key pieces. Let's do something like that. That's a bit too much. Bring it back a little. Okay, if we tie that together. Actually, I'm not sure if that's going to work very well. No, I think that's fine. So that's one that we do that with. Now I'm almost tempted that we do a similar arrangement on this side. So let's see about the halfway mark through there. Okay, we'll tie it in this way. And we'll do a little something like that. Nice. I don't want to get too close to that, because I want to maybe leave some room. And probably, so if we do something like this, something like that, and shall we tie that one through there, maybe add a few more blocks, just like so. That's not going to work for us. That's probably not going to work for us either. So this one, if we tie a few of these together like so, those are not quite perfect blocks, but they'll do the trick. And what I'm kind of wondering is if we now just do that. So this is quite an interesting setup, because this could get fairly busy, as there aren't enough, as there may not be sufficient access points. So what I could do is I could actually maybe extend that one through there to provide some access on that side, and I'm kind of tempted to tie that one in on that side, and that should give us at least a decent amount of access points. I'm almost tempted to extend this in a similar fashion that we did over there and tie that one in this side. I think that's what I should be doing. Just so that what did we use for that? That's just the one way right there, right? Like so, and what we'll then do is we will just okay, so let me do a little bit like that. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to actually loop it in there. There we go, and obviously I just want to change the direction on that. So that's going to provide some access into this area without going overboard. Okay, these guys actually did get a loop back in there. I don't think we're necessarily going to do a loop back on this side, but we could look into looping back into there. But that should give us some good access into this area at least. Okay, so let's quickly lay out the water supply through here. So this one can run all the way through there, all the way through there, all the way through there, probably all the way, yeah, just like that. What we'll do is we will tie these up here, so we'll have the main line running through there, and at least now we've got a proper grid of water running through here. Now, so that setup doesn't look too bad. I think the whole layout here is fairly interesting, with some collector roads and some more local roads and so on. Let's quickly have a look at some of our amenities. So we've got pretty good on hospital care. What I do think we need to bear in mind is a little bit of the death care piece. So let's grab some of that, just so that we don't miss it. I think we're fairly well covered with fire coverage, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Police, yeah, I think police is fine. Medical is fine. Fire is fine. Okay, schools. So we've built. Okay, so primary school. We probably need another primary school, kind of right about here. Do I have something that's a little bit more interesting? Phoenix High School, public library. That's a little bit weird. I don't want crazy stuff. Classic High School, Music Academy. That's a nice, a little nice primary school right there. So let's plop that primary school in there to give a little bit more action. So that should do the trick. There's a, if we go to the high school arrangement, we've got one here, we've got one there. So high schools I think is fine. Maybe what we could actually do is just plop in another primary school in kind of that corner over there, so that we've got some decent school coverage over here. I'm also thinking from no, that's not quite what I had in mind, so get rid of that. I'm also thinking what I should do is maybe get some sports fields to go with this. Where are the sports fields? There's some sports fields, something like that maybe. Ooh, is that gonna... That actually almost works. Ooh, that does not look too bad. If we do this, yeah, that looks pretty good. It is encroaching that road a little bit in there, but I think I like that as an idea. Grab me the little walkways. Okay. Yeah, no need to snap, please. So take off the snapping right here. Okay, so I'm keen on connecting that through there and connecting this through here so that there's some kind of walking connections alongside this. I'm almost thinking, so from a medical point of view, there's all these other facilities too. The yoga, what else was there? No, there's some kind of other medical. So this one, what's that? A community pool. So we'll plop that in there. We'll give a little bit around that. The sports hall. Okay, and let's see, there's some other stuff I want to do, just like maybe tennis courts or something like that. Where did I have the tennis courts? I'm sure there was some good tennis courts. For some reason I can't find the stuff. Ah, here they are. Some good tennis courts also. Okay, so if we look at that, now this area we can fill in with some walkways, some parks and the likes. Does that look pretty decent? Yeah, so this is a whole little nice community, central community area. Give me some more of these. More of these. To make sure we do some proper tie-ins. Yeah, like that. That's pretty good. Should we do something like this? Just to round it off a little bit. I actually like that as an idea. Okay, let's just run it right up against the school, like so, and like so. Now what we can do is we can fill in. Yeah, we can even run it on this side too. There we go. So that area we can now fill in some trees and the likes in that area as we finish it off. Okay, so what I also want to do in this area is most certainly run some good commercial through that area, also through there. Yeah, I think that's probably sufficient. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run in some of this. So what I'll do is I'll fill in most of it like so. That's not great. That's really not great. What I'm also quite keen on is just making sure that we are doing some appropriate bus. So there's a bus station over there. We will probably look into some of that in a little bit more detail as we go. So let's get the clock running again. So we spent a bit of time in this mode. So now we're filling in this area. I'm almost keen for us to so we should here get a jump on power. If we get something to fill in over here, we should get a bit of a jump on the power situation. I think there is still enough room should we want to do a little bit more ramping and the like. So I hope this will actually jump the power over for us, but I think that's pretty good. This area will fill in quite nicely. I'm wondering if we should do a little bit of an office area, and I'm almost tempted to do it right over here. Just a little bit of office. Hopefully that won't go into too much high density. Okay, something like that. Something like that. Something like this. Just a little bit of office in this area. And I'm hoping they won't go high density. If they go high density, it's going to be crazy. That's okay. This kind of low-rise office around this square is going to be pretty nice for us. It will fit in nicely in that area. Have we jumped the power? Yes, we've jumped the power, so this area is also starting to fill in quite nicely now. So the environment is looking pretty good here. We're starting to see a bit of traffic on here. And I'm almost tempted to fill in a little bit more, but I think this area is actually pretty well filled now. Apart from maybe on that side, so let's have a quick look. So that's so what I'll do is I will actually leave a little bit of gap there and fill that in with a few office spaces. And actually, to be honest, I'll also do the same thing on this side. Just because we need a bit of that, we can also then start filling in. Okay, something like that should do the trick. So we're going to have some more high-rises pop up. Probably going to require some more traffic to get through here. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to fill in some more of this area. So let's at the very least start by doing these ones. Ooh, I don't actually want this strip on this road to be... Actually, none of these strips should be... Just something like... Why? Jeez, look at that guy. That guy's crazy, man. Look at that. That is a crazy driver right there. Must be a late delivery. So I'll fill in some more of that so we can see some more stuff coming in. Do that. Do that. Yeah, we can do that. We can certainly do that. We can fill that. We can fill that. That's not going to be an issue. Almost tempted to do a little bit of this in here. Let's not do that. So there's at least a few shops where people can buy lunch. That's kind of what that's going to be. Wow, that filled in very quickly. Really quickly. And these are maybe too low density for this area. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So we might up the ante over there a little bit. That is looking really good. I like these low rise. That really fits in well over here. It really works quite well for this area. Giving us a lot happening right there. Yeah, so what I'm keen on, I think this area should probably get a higher density look and feel. So can we... Yeah, so we can't actually do that. So let's do this. We'll rezone. We'll do... that, and we'll rezone all of that. What is happening? Okay, get rid of all of these little things. Something has kind of changed after that, so let's get rid of some of this. What is that? That was actually quite interesting. What is these? This like little parking areas. Oh man. Okay, but I'm keen on filling this into a slightly more high density setup. So that's probably going to be about it. Let's do... I'm going to run down that section. We're going to fill that, refill that, get rid of those. Give me a nice slither of residential in there. Okay, so this stretch through here, I'm gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna pop that in. Gonna get rid of this, I'm gonna pop that in, like so, like so. Get rid of that, like so. Yeah. Yeah, so I just need this area to be a little bit more on the high density side, because this is where we've got most of our infrastructure in place for public transport, our bigger roads and so on. Are we seeing some more traffic in here? We are starting to see a little bit more traffic. This road is actually starting to get a little bit busier, so I'm wondering whether we're going to see a little bit more action at this interchange. That would be pretty good. We are requiring some more people to come in and move in and live here. Okay, so if that is the case, indeed, let's provide some more areas here for living. Something like that's not too bad. Let's fill in some of this. Yeah, fill in all of that. That's going to be good. I think on this side we should also be doing the same thing. Yeah, something like that should be okay. People walking on these little streets, I mean these little sidewalks and so on. Wow, that is looking pretty busy. I'm thinking we should probably just keep on filling that in a little bit more. Do the same thing over here. This still feels a little funny to me. I think if we can find a road that would actually, maybe what would be interesting is if we do a little one. Yeah, something like that. How does that look? Tyler Street. It's more like an alley, to be honest. But most certainly I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah, this area is, I think this area is looking pretty nice. It looks pretty gritty, but not to worry at all. I like it. We're getting some good traction. Even this road is starting to see a fair bit of traffic, and I think it's obviously has something to do with the speed limit that we're using here, so it's fairly attractive to make use of it to get into this area. Feed into here. Ooh, that is not good. That is most certainly not good. So what we'll need to do is just make sure that we actually sign this appropriately. There we go. Oops. That should be a little bit better. To be honest, all of these needs a little bit of a priority sign on them. Priority. Oh, hang on. That's let's get rid of that. That doesn't need one. That doesn't need one. This one needs a bit of a priority sign, like so. Ooh, that's pretty busy. That is pretty busy. Hopefully we can we don't clog it up too much. A lot of oil trucks loading trains over here. This area looks a little bit funky, but that's okay. So all of this is filling in nicely. Has this leveled up at all? Not really. We haven't gone high density here and with a lot of effort. It's all working. Is the fire services are there fire services on their way over here? Yeah, here they come. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's helping. Holly Park and Mill Square. Yeah, this area. I like this area. It looks really good. Okay. As a final little touch, I think we need to look into our public transport a little bit. This is getting fairly busy. But it is working. I think it is working quite nicely. Look, it's busy, right? It's busy, but this is so functional. It seems like the appropriate amount of infrastructure that is required here. Look at that. It's actually moving quite well. Fairly busy, and I'm guessing we've got a match on. It seems a little bit like we have a match on. Lots of people hanging around. Not really filling up our parking spaces, but they are around. That's a busy turn, but it's working, and that's what I like about it. Is if you can find some stuff to actually start working, it really does go a long way. So lots of that. Okay, now public transport. Let's have a quick look. So for the most part, what is this that I'm looking at the moment? Is that some kind of an overlay? What is this? Incoming demand, outgoing demand. That is an interesting view. So that's people want to leave there, people want to leave from these, and they want to go to these. And I'm not too sure how that view is supposed to help me. Is that a demand that is not met, and the green is more met demand? I have no idea. It's a new thing. I haven't seen that. Must be one of these things that sorted things out a little. Okay, so what I'm looking for is the lines are actually shown here. That is pretty decent. So the areas that are red are the areas where we have very little public transport. So at least that is starting to give us a bit of an idea. Well, this area does have a fair bit of public transport, so that's a little funny bit. That's a funny bit. But the rest is okay, actually. So yes, this new area is certainly where we are lacking, or lagging at least, in terms of what we're trying to achieve. The only other thing that I think could be useful is if we potentially do a bit of a bridge over this road, but I think for now it's okay. If anything, what we need to do is bridge over here also. We'll see how we go. Okay, so for now let's go for bus services. So the first thing I'm keen on, I need to almost connect this. I need to almost connect this all the way here to... Where is my closest bus station that has some capacity? I don't want it to go forever, but I think bus services down some of these roads is probably a pretty good idea. So I need to have a bit of a look at that. Let's start with something from here. Okay, so if I start by so that is most certainly going to see more traffic than we would like, and we are unfortunately screwed and need to go into this area. So let's create a few stops along, well, maybe not go overboard with our stops. So let's do a stop over there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a stop there, we're going to do a stop here, and we're going to do a stop there, and we're going to... Shall we try and tie in over here? This is so busy that it's really so busy already. So many buses coming up and down this corridor. Probably worth a stop right there. Worth a stop over here somewhere. And what we need to do is conclude at one of the bus stations. Is there still a bit of room in here? We have a bit of room at this stop. So what we'll do is we'll bring that back. We'll stop it right over there, and we will conclude it over here. Now what we'll do is we will go back up the same one, Yeah, beyond that, there is actually no crossing. But what we'll do is we'll do that. On the other side, we will do one there, and then what we'll do is we will maybe do, say, a stop right here, and we will finish off that line. Okay, so now let's remove all of these vehicles. I want to do, wow, that's a lot of buses, and then I want to select the type. So I'm going to go with the 24s. I'm going to go with the 18s. Okay, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vehicles. And I'm going to give it a nice darkish blue. Actually, it should be more of a yellow orangey color. Like that. And we will see this bus line in action. There is already a lot of people trying to make use of it. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start running a few bus services that so that's the main line into there. I want to also pick up something that goes into here and connect these two together. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent one that I can quickly do. So point to point only. Okay, over there and then back here, quickest route. And let's just remove all of these vehicles, and because this is kind of a high, I'm gonna do again with the 18 and I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles, and this is gonna be more of a green color, something like that, and we'll get out of there. Okay, so that's that route sorted. So now these can have a quick, easy access. So now from here, what I want to do is do a bit of a route, but also from here, I want to do a route to this side. Let me just see, where can we pick up? Where can we actually pick up a train station? This one is obviously the best. Obviously, this is the best, but I'm kind of tempted to build another one, right? Yeah, that's going to be better because that's what we already have there. So if I say do that, and again what we'll do is we will make a stop over there, and now this time around we will make our move here. Actually, we'll create a stop right there. That's probably a good idea. We'll pick up that stop right over there, and we will finish off over there. Okay. Let's remove all of these vehicles. Select a type. I'm going to go with the 18. Add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's do a little bit of a magenta kind of color over there. Good stuff, right like that. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to add a stop right there, so these guys can be quite happy with that. So now there's some good bus routing occurring. There are tons of people waiting for these movements. Tons. These buses are picking up a lot of people, lots of people hanging around. Lots of people making their move, so that's action at the main train station. Okay, that's okay. I don't necessarily mind it doing that loop over there. Yeah, because these guys do actually indeed get a bit of action. A lot of, wow, look at all those people who are hanging out there trying to get onto this side. and we still need to work on this, but at least we've already got some stuff happening over here. Fair bit of people hanging out there waiting to get out there. Okay, making them move up there, so that's a point-to-point service. Are we starting to see? Yes, we need to do a bit of a distribution service in this area also, but things are filling in quite nicely. We can obviously still clean this area up a little bit more. The Mill Square area is looking nice, a little bit of office space there, pretty good little residential or little suburban area. Buses running up and down here, lots and lots of people over there trying to get onto their buses. Oh, and this works so well. These asymmetrical ones work really well. They do a proper bus lay-by. Man, I like that. The asymmetrical one is really good for that then. That, I have never even noticed that, but they're really good for this then. Whoa, look at that. Look at this. That is crazy amounts of people at this bus stop. How many people is hanging out here? That must be, that's insane amount. There's only the one service that runs up here. How many people on this bus? 115 already. This must... No one even got off there. So this is going to be a bit of an issue, I think. Yeah, these are absolutely full. I don't know how we're going to improve this situation. That one's full too. No one's getting off. This is like point to point, everybody trying to get to work on that other side. This guy doesn't have a lot on there. This guy also has a bit of room. I'm hoping they'll be able to pick up a few more people here. These guys are crossing on the wrong side there, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to worry about that too much. How many people are here? Okay, there we've picked up a few more people. Get out of the way, you're full. So a few more buses could sort that out, but I think there are no buses coming. And is it from this side? Do we have it? Is it busy here? Man alive. Well, look at that. It's really busy. Fairly direct bus services though. I don't think people should be crossing the street over here. So what we probably need to do is, and this is, yeah, in the next, yeah, maybe we'll quickly do it. Maybe we'll quickly do it. Let me quickly get a... Is that going to work for us? I definitely need to get rid of whatever is here. Okay, none of this. Yeah, go over the top there. I think that's better. Yes. At least we've got a little something going on. I might do another one on this side. Let's just do one more. Or look into doing one more over here. Perfect. So there's one on that side too. So there is a fair bit of area where you can actually cross to the other side. Not having to walk too far to get there. We should probably connect into this area a little bit better, but yeah, so people can now get across if they want to. Okay, perfect. So guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for now. We will still need to do a fair bit more full infill with our public transport, but that's going to be it for now. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit that button, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.